I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace.
And we're the Disruptors. Oh boy, today do we have somebody that's going to talk insurance. This is exciting.
You know, your engine is really revved.
I'm ready.
You've already warmed up the soapbox.
I'm ready.
I'm not sure if there's much of a soapbox left. I mean, it's kind of been chipped away. Are you chewing on it? Do you need help?
No.
I don't know. It kind of sounded. Nobody heard you in the studio beforehand.
I had Tide Pod box, soapbox now. Tide Pod. Soapbox.
Well, you know what? I want to introduce our guest because I'm excited that we have such an incredible, stellar.
I am too, because she was excited to get here and find out that you actually had insurance.
Of course I have insurance.
Sure, I knew that.
And the importance of insurance.
And the importance of insurance, yeah. So you go ahead with the introduction because I'm getting older and she'd like to leave. So we should go ahead.
No, I don't really think that's all it. But you know what?
Read the script and get it over with.
See, he's very excited. He's bumping his china. My gosh. Yeah. We have the privilege of having Melody Williams of Allstate Insurance Agency in our studio today. Welcome, Melody.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I will try to buffer Bill's attack on insurance.
Why would Bill be so...
Because it's the soapbox again. Little water, lots of bubbles, a little bit slip and fall.
But first of all, we should have Melody talk about her agency and how she got started and stuff.
I would like to do that.
And then I'm going to drop the shoe on the other foot. Yes.
All right.
Great.
Great.
Warm into it. So
yes,
today actually represents 8 years of owning my agency.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Thank you. So thank you. That was about 9 years after getting laid off from my dream career job. So I spent 20 years in banking, with the last 10 of that being as a wealth manager.
Oh.
So I started off as a Saturday-only bank teller, which for the record is the lowest man on the totem pole because even the janitor was there every day, but I was only there on Saturdays, and worked my way up through the branch life to join the private bank department, where I then became a trust officer, a financial advisor, and loved what I did. And then corporate America does as they do, which is change things around.
You're right.
And
downsize.
I was low man on the totem pole. And so I got laid off. Unfortunately, I was laid off due to a reorganization in 2009 while everybody else was laid off due to the economy. And so I threw my resume out to the universe. And because of some of my licenses, I was approached by an insurance company. So I thought about what I enjoyed doing at the bank, which was helping people, providing solutions for people, and insurance was a similar concept. So I went to the dog and pony show, realized that particular company was not a good fit for me. So I started interviewing with other insurance companies, fell in love with Allstate's method of wanting to help people and protect people, and found a great agency that the agent wasn't really sure what her exit was until she met me, and she offered for me to buy her business.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I did. And she had started her business from scratch 27 years earlier. So It was a good, well-written book of business. And the staff stayed, which made the transition
much easier
as possible. I did as much training as I could to be able to come in as educated and smart as I could. And so here we are 8 years later, and I'm still in business. We have 2 full-time staff, a service person, full financial services available. I work with commercial clients and love what I do. It is very rewarding to be able to sit down with somebody and guide them and advise them on a subject matter that, as you have already pointed out, and I get to educate people.
Customer service is impeccable. I mean, just reading your testimonials. I mean, people love you. And they love your staff. They love the interaction. Oh my gosh. I do know where you live.
So anyways, back to me.
Thank you.
We almost forgot you were at the table here. Yes, please go on.
Yeah, no, it's insurance. I have a very different perspective. I think coming from the wealth side of things, I view insurance as a tool to protect you, your family, and the lifestyle that you have created and are building to create. Unfortunately, there are other companies out there which I will not name, but they promote their insurance more about the price than it does what it's providing for them. And so it is a different perspective. We do pride ourselves on education, information, and being an advocate for the client.
Well, now that we've got to the advocacy, we can step into the next subject.
All right,
Obviously,
bring it on.
here comes the light. Here comes the Inquisition is going to start now.
Great.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Key, Inquisitioner.
I could take it.
One of the questions is, it's election time again. Of course, you probably noticed that for many, many years, we've had the state of Washington say 20 years ago, the lottery is going to wipe out all these levies. We're not going to worry about those levies. Of course, they never stopped, but that's okay. We're going to get rid of the lotteries. We're going to slow down gambling. We're going to take this newfound wealth and we're going to use that to pave the roads.
You'll almost be a poster child for why we need to probably do a little reefer madness.
Oh, well, I
listen to you. You're very anxious.
As somebody who sells life insurance, I have an opinion of
Thank you.
that as well. But
Good. You're on my side on that issue.
Different soapbox.
Okay, we're back. It's 2008. Here we go again. Graham Fire Department, big tiers. They're having problems. Pierce County Central's having problems. The school districts are having problems.
Yes, sir.
Now then, the question was, and we had an opportunity to do one of the council meetings of local groups, and it was brought up the balance between if the the fire department doesn't get their money, and because of their territory and the growth that we're having, community out in Graham has grown 14% is what he was telling us, then the time for the emergency equipment to get there is lengthened out, and there's other problems. Now, how does the insurance company look at that if your fire district drops down, maybe in their response time or something? How do they judge homeowners insurance rating
on that? Well, and I'm going to throw in, just because one of the other things that I am passionate about is public safety. I'm very active in my city's public safety committee. And it's the same thing with our police department. So to step back, let's revisit Insurance 101.
Okay.
Insurance is designed to repair or replace.
Right.
So if there's a house fire, your insurance responsibility is to rebuild your house.
Okay.
And replace what was inside or repair what needs to be done. And this is going to surprise you. You might not have heard this before.
I'm ready. I'm holding on to the table. Go ahead.
Insurance companies are a for-profit organization.
I would have never figured that.
So, with that being said,
I'd never known that.
They're trying to always do an analysis of what are we collecting in insurance premiums and what are we going to pay out.
Sure.
So, if it's taking even 5 minutes longer for a fire department to get to a house, how much more could be damaged in the house that the insurance company is going to have to pay for?
Okay, so you brought up a valid point on the dollars and cents aspect of it. So how do they arrange that, though?
Well, and that is above my pay grade in regards to how they actually come up with what the calculation, right? That's why the actuaries are very, very secretive and probably in a dark cave somewhere. And
under a rock.
But there's always a math to it. There's always statistics behind their decision. But the other thing to think about, that insurance isn't just fixing your home today. So it isn't just a matter of what more could burn down in that 5 minutes, let's say. But maybe that additional damage causes the family to live someplace else for an extra week and a half. So now you've got overhead of paying for housing somewhere else. In that week and a half, you're driving an extra 10 miles to get to and from work. Your insurance company potentially could be paying you for that. If you're a dog lover or have a pet, so you can't just go to any old temporary hotel to stay or any apartment to stay.
No.
Maybe your dog needs to go to doggy daycare. These are potential expenses that your insurance could be paying for. One of the other things that people don't think about, because insurance amount is different also than your appraised amount, different than your assessor's amount.
Yes.
And then you've got what your house insured for.
Sure, right.
Well, because to an insurance company, you still own the land, you still own the view, and the brick foundation, your cement foundation, hopefully you have one, doesn't get burned either. So our job is to rebuild you back up.
From the foundation up, okay.
But back to your opinion of cities, states, and government, while doing all of this, you have to go to the city and get permits.
Right.
So that needs to be part of the cost that's included in your insurance. And if anybody's gone through a permit process, sometimes that's not always the most timely.
Yeah, that's very ugly.
We've actually had a client who had some damage to their house, and during the permit process, the city made them put in a ramp in the sidewalk in front of their house to make it ADA.
Well,
and they wouldn't approve their permit unless the ramp was put in.
Well,
so would you like your insurance to cover all of that for you?
Now, I see where you're going.
At the end of the day, you don't really want to be out of pocket. I mean,
right. Anything about that deductible should not be your problem.
Because people, they do. All right, I paid my insurance. I want them to pay. Right?
Absolutely. And they should. But it's what they pay. It's how they pay it. It's how easy they are to work with through the process that does separate the insurance companies. And then the other thing that separates it is how is the agent involved or not involved. So some folks that might work with brokers, those types, they're agents, but they don't actually get to be able to get involved in the claims.
So we have all these people that we're not aware of when we go buy insurance.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So now I'm getting a picture here, Candace. Here we go again, back on the soapbox. Okay, we have these people. I'm not against the insurance company making money. I mean, that guy you hired for those ads, falling out of the house and everything.
Okay, I love him. Let's just be honest. We love him.
He's just outside, one of the best. But I imagine his paycheck's a little high, but what?
It's not easy to break people. I mean, you got to pay them when you're going to break them.
When you're going to break them up, set them on fire, drive over, and etc.
Right.
I can understand that, but what I can't understand is I can see a decent profit ratio add-on for disasters, but when it's 3 and 4 times the amount due, doesn't that kind of off balance? Now, I'm going to look at it as a senior citizen. Wonder why.
Because you are one?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry for you.
Thank you so much. How are we going to justify this? Every year, it seems like, if the elections go south for the winter, the insurance companies smile and the rates go up.
Yeah.
Where is there going to be a balance?
The unfortunate part is it's that term insurance, what insurance is. It's about everybody paying for things that aren't necessarily their fault, right? You go to the grocery store, you go to the department store, you pay more because of what other people have chosen to steal.
Correct.
Yes.
So it is about averages. And we haven't perfected a way where you pay for your own way, whether it's car insurance, whether it's homeowners, whether it's health insurance. Unfortunately, it's about the averages. And you're right. I'm sure that there is a magical formula somewhere that says we're going to spend this much and we have to make this much.
Absolutely.
And every company's got that.
Yes.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure.
they call them CFOs at some level.
Yes.
That's some of the stuff they're supposed to be calculating. And
Chief Hiring Officer.
Yeah. Take note, Bill.
Yeah. So it is extremely frustrating, and there is no, you want to get me on my soapbox? To me, things can be black and white. Years of banking, the checking account either balanced or it didn't balance. There is always a way to figure out how to make it balance.
Right.
That's a similar concern I have to credit reports and your credit score.
Oh boy, I'm glad you kind of brought that up.
There's no black and white answer that says late on your payment, it costs you X number of points, but you make your payment and you get to earn X number of points. It's these magical formulas. And I do get frustrated with that because I may not like the truth. I may not like the honest answer, but I at least want it and deserve it. All right, get back on the soapbox. I know what you're fighting at the bit to say.
Chomping.
I'm really, I see your point and all that. I do not see nor understand if a gentleman has driven for millions of years, me and Barney Rebel and the Flintstones, and has not got a ticket, has not been in an accident, but has chosen to go cash system. Yeah. America still has dead presidents on cloth. And decided that they're tired of the bank living in their back pocket, then why does the insurance company have the right, because of the credit rating dropping, because you're not using your cards or credit, but that doesn't